What is up, everybody? It's Solomon here. I wish everybody a happy Father's Day, belated as of yesterday, and hope you guys had a good weekend. Bunch of news came out this morning, but I have been too busy to be posting to Twitter compiling this deep dive. So we do know that SBI Ripple Asia is now saying that official launch for ODL is later this year. Fantastic. I'm just sick of hearing about launch times whenever they've been saying that they're going to be launching for, quite a while now. So I will believe it when I see it, and I hope that it comes sooner rather than later. What I really wanted to get into in this video is Ripple meeting with the Central Bank of Cambodia. And I had done a video probably about 5 or 6 months ago, back in January, that I believe deals pretty much exactly with what this little announcement or this tidbit of information deals with here. So in the interview, the CEO of SBI Ripple Asia further explained that he met with the representatives of the Central Bank of Cambodia last December to discuss possible alternatives to SWIFT. The Central Bank of Cambodia wants to free itself from the dependence of the banking system and is therefore on the way to develop its own payment system based on distributed ledger technology. I believe that they've already been in development with this. The platform is expected to be published by the end of 2020, but it is not known whether and to what extent SBI Ripple Asia is involved. As Crypto News Flash already reported, Ripple met with the leadership of the Central Bank of Brazil, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I never go by crypto websites, by the way. This is from a crypto website, but it's more so just for scope here. I want to get into the actual platform that the Central Bank of Cambodia looks to be using, unless maybe potentially this is an extension of that platform, but I'm going to provide you with the information that I've found. So Cambodia, according to them, and this is a OMFIF document, according to the World Bank, just 22% of Cambodians have a bank or mobile money account. The National Bank of Cambodia is using blockchain technology in an experiment to upgrade its payments infrastructure. It already employs its national clearinghouse, as well as the fast and secure transfer payment system and domestic card payments for its retail payments. The objectives of the central bank's new Bakong system, B-A-K-O-N-G, pay attention to that, includes improving payments efficiency, promoting financial inclusion, and creating interoperability across payment channels. All right, now we have, this is from a World Economic Forum post here. I'm leading up into the platform, basically. The National Bank of Cambodia has likely developed the first full-scale deployment of a quasi-form of CBDC as part of the Bakong project, which launched as a pilot test with a live and confined environment on the 18th of July, 2019, and plans to go live in early 2020. Now we're moving forward here. And just so that you are all aware, they employ a wallet-based digital fiat currency on permission DLT. I think that they use Hyperledger Iroha here, but there are some Ripple connections in this. Cambodian National Bank. Cambodian National Bank is making significant steps towards establishing a central bank digital currency. We've heard this in the past 2 slides that I posted. Here's where we get a little bit interesting here. The project called Bakong was designed by the blockchain company Soramitsu, based in Japan, and the Russian Federation. Here is a little bit about Soramitsu here. This is Soramitsu, and they are working in tandem. National Bank of Cambodia, you can see it up top. You can see Bakong, that is the project name. We scroll down. Hyperledger Iroha. Sora, which is Project Sora, pay attention to Project Sora, and Bakong. D3 Ledger, pay attention to D3 Ledger as well. We're all one happy family here in the revolution that's about to occur, and that is not speculation. That is 100% fact. So I did a couple posts on this, but no need to go into that really. So this is actually a Russian presentation about the D3 ecosystem. Remember, on Sora's website, D3 Ledger. To give you a background on D3 Ledger, Soromitsu and the Central Securities Depository of Slovenia and Russia, the National Settlement Repository of the Moscow Exchange Group, are collaborating on D3, token issuance and post-trade settlement infrastructure for financial institutions to use to provide custodial, asset creation, OTC trades, and settlement services to their users. D3's ecosystem. So D3's ecosystem includes, looks like Ethereum network nodes, Ripple network nodes. So I'm assuming that they run a node. They're giving, empty blockchain networks. I do believe that Waves, I don't own any Waves, but I may look into Waves a little bit more just for this presentation here. Seems like it's more of maybe an interesting project than I initially thought. So, but what's really interesting is that so Ripple network nodes connect to the D3 distributed ledger interface, along with whatever institutions are going to be utilizing it, along with Swiss regulated financial market, Russian regulated financial market, and it says fiat currency and assets, and the USA regulated crypto market. Very interesting that they go and say that USA regulated crypto market, when we know that a lot of people do not feel like we're there yet, but who knows. This is Moscow Exchange, Soromitsu, and D3 Ledger. And I'm going to keep moving on this. We already went over the Ripple network nodes here. So just to give you a little bit more of a backdrop here, Hitachi, NEC, NTT Data. NTT Data is actually that Everest document that talks about Ripple and XRP and ILP being the underlying technologies behind the entire Internet of Value. If you have not seen that slide share from Everest with, which is basically a subsidiary of NTT Data, you should definitely look at it. It basically says that everything's going to run on ILP and all values the majority of values will flow through XRP and the XRPL. So D3 Ledger is a joint venture between the NSD and Soromitsu. I guess Soromitsu is one of the leading Hyperledger developers. In this partnership, NSD leverages expertise in asset servicing and international finance, the National Securities Depository, or the National Settlement Depository of Russia, like Russia. While Soromitsu brings in the technical know-how. Fantastic. D3 Ledger use cases, custodial services, settlement and clearing services, tokenization solutions, inter-blockchain solutions, and private blockchain solutions. We always talk about interoperability, so I'm snoozing my restart. This was one of the things that was interesting to me here. This is a presentation by Strategy and, formerly Booz & Company, and I'm pretty sure Strategy and is a department of PricewaterhouseCoopers. I found this a while ago, but just connecting the dots, it's pretty big. This is WFC 2015, so this is 5 years ago. So take it with a grain of salt, but just understand where we're at compared to 5 years ago. This is before XRapid even existed, which now we know it's on-demand liquidity. If I scroll up, hold on one second here, because this is big. Hold on one second, everybody. Oh no, hold on. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I thought I lost it. Technology disruptors. This is PricewaterhouseCoopers. This is, if you look up here, this is National Settlement Depository. This is Russia. If I type in nsd.ru, I mean, maybe let's do that real quick. This is the National Settlement Depository of Russia. And here's what's really interesting about the way that they phrase this. Let me find my place again. In one 2020 scenario, blockchain, e.g., or for example, via Ripple, becomes the default protocol with hedge funds as early adopters. And they talk about Ripple, interbank payments can provide real-time settlement. Again, this is being presented by the National Settlement Depository of Russia. Hedge funds becoming foreign exchange market makers on Ripple. Ripple partnerships with banks, CBW Bank, payment networks, Earthport. I just, I think it's amazing how big this all is and how blind the majority of people are to what's going on. And I'm not sitting here saying that XRP is going to be the one world currency or any of that crap, because I think that's nonsense in the first place. But the ecosystem as a whole is going to be so big that there's going to be so many winners. I think XRP is a definite winner. Not financial advice, and I'm not trying to hype it up, but there's multiple other winners too. Ethereum, you see Ethereum in this presentation too. I mean, I've seen Ethereum so many times. So even to provide a little bit more of a backdrop, and I would like you guys, if you want to look into this and see if this is connected. This is Mizuho Financial Group and SBI Holdings. Members of R3 Consortium have launched several projects to trial different blockchain solutions, but there has not yet been a project led by a Japanese company. MHFG and SBI will work in close collaboration with R3 to launch a joint project for trialing blockchain technology and to promote the application of this technology to financial services. As a first step, MHFG and SBI plan to trial international remittances utilizing Ripple Connect, cross-currency settlement technology from Ripple Labs, hereinafter Ripple, a US-based company in which SBI is a major investor. We plan to complete this set of trials, which we have dubbed, quote-unquote, the Sora Project. So is the Sora Project potentially have to do with Soramitsu? Maybe. I would like potentially a little bit more research on this. This was the only thing I could find about the Sora Project between Mizuho and SBI. So I'm going to move along now. This is just a little bit more scope here. Soramitsu and NSD, the National Settlement Depository, which is Moscow Exchange Group, jointly launched D3 Ledger, a global distributed digital depository platform based on Iroha, safekeeping of digital assets for large institutional investors in collaboration with regulating partners. There was an institution or a large entity that moved an undisclosed amount of Ethereum inside D3 Ledger. Great. This goes all the way back to 2011. This is like September 11th, 2011. Which is amazing because when it's blockchain in 2009 with Bitcoin and everything else, and now we know, I think Ripple was 2011 or 2012. Two main groups provide trade. This is from the Bank for International Settlements. Two main groups provide trade clearing and settlement services on the Russian securities market. The Moscow Interbank Currency Exchange Group and the Russian Trading System Group. The infrastructure is being improved to provide faster and more secure post-trade services. The MICEX group has been reorganized to develop an integrated infrastructure. Moreover, a national settlement depository that combines settlement and depository activities was created. And this is what we've been talking about this whole slide. I actually also found hold on, let me find it. I hope I have it up here. Hang on one second here. Okay, this is completely off topic. So Soramitsu, Central Bank of Cambodia, Project Bakong, look into all that stuff. I hope that was good information. The last couple minutes are going to be some little sidebar stuff here. This is from Viral Naik, who is one of the lead engineers at Ripple. And I found it interesting at the very end of his slide here, he talks about Codius, which I know a lot of people have thought Codius was pretty much gone as far as smart contracts were concerned. But now we see the Pay ID, the Twitter, like the crazy Twitter stuff going on with Pay ID saying that, yeah, Codius basically lives in my apartment type thing. Scalable smart contracts built on Interledger. So built on Interledger, Codius smart contracts, 375 current active hosts, 206 running contracts, 5.9 terabytes total memory. Very, very interesting stuff. All right, this is the last thing I'm going to do here. And this is for my Patreon. I found this probably about a week ago. And this has to do with Russian, basically a large Russian entity as far as cargo shipments and blockchain are concerned. Mentioned by the World Trade Organization and extremely interesting to me. So I'm actually going to time link this video. And I think that may help you guys because I always get so annoyed, like, okay, when are they actually going to talk about the good stuff that I want to hear? And hopefully if I do some timestamps on the video, that helps you guys. If I can figure out how to do it. World Trade Organization, can blockchain revolutionize international trade? This is a freebie, so I didn't even post this one to Twitter. So CASA, I'll call it CASA, QUASA, an open blockchain platform for cargo transportation companies in Russia and the Commonwealth of Independent States. Now we get into CASA here, the first open blockchain platform for cargo transformation. This is directly from their white paper. It looks like they have direct integration with Ripple, if you look down here, for their payment system. And if we read further into here, not to use CASA platform as intermediary for performing transactions, the first stage includes use of Ripple API protocol as payment system. During the selection of a payment system protocol, CASA focused on open solutions with the following features: available and tested, open source code, high degree of trust in the community, while API Ripple protocol ensures a payment according to the technical payment conditions. If CASA agrees to accept the order for execution, the platform performs necessary preparation for payment using API Ripple protocol. Reservation of the necessary amount for fulfilling smart contract terms, holding. It looks like, I mean, that sentence to me means like they still just maybe using Nostro and Vostro or whatever they're doing, and they're not actually using XRP, but it's adoption. Smart delivery agreement sends a reserve request for performing a payment and activates a Ripple protocol by using API. I mean, you guys get the picture on this, right? Each deal depends on the payment model. But CASA was actually interesting to me too. I looked into, I mean, they've got, this is a super startup type thing here, but you know, it is Russia. So this is the CEO and founder of CASA, the first open blockchain platform for artificial intelligence for connecting people. Slava, not even gonna try to pronounce the last name. You know, apologies, but I'm not gonna butcher that. This dude beforehand, though, so he worked 4 years and 9 months from December 2015 to September 2017 at ASEX Group. And then he moved on to CASA. If you look into what associated cargo experts actually are, international group of logistics companies which provides complex services and cargo transportation by all type of transport. 23 years, representatives of regional network partners are in 191 countries. You know, warehouse, blah, blah, blah. Cities, largest cities in Russia, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Ukraine, and Finland. Head offices in Russia. And they deal with all this transporting as far as everything's concerned. So I hope you guys like this video, honest to God. Like, it opens up, you know, actually doing a little bit of research. And even looking back, that's why I keep compiling stuff. You know, sometimes on Twitter, I'll post something and I won't obviously not tag XRP or Ripple because it may not have anything to do with it, but you may find something 3 or 4 months or 6 months or a year down the road where it definitely ties in. So thank you guys all very much for the subscribes and the likes. I've got an overwhelming response over the past week once I started doing this again. And like I said before, I don't plan on doing more than a video a day. If there's information that I find that justifies 2 videos, great, I'll do them. If not, you may get one, you may not. I'm not going to regurgitate stuff. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. All right. You guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.